Yo. Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, everyone? What's going on? 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 Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. We are about to get on into the questions here. I apologize for being slightly late, but my webcam was having a bit of an issue. I had to unplug it and plug it back in 15,000 fucking times, and now we're here. So it did work eventually, right? All you got to do is try unplugging it, plugging it back in. I had to fucking blow on it like it was one of those N64 cartridges, and then bam, it worked. So now we're here. Now we are here. I could have started the stream with how it looked, but it did. It looked really messed up. Like the colors were all washed out. I looked even whiter than I already am, and probably would have blinded half you guys. So we're better off this way. So let's get on into the questions again. I do appreciate you guys all watching. Happy Sunday, and let's try to eat some W's this week. Missed you too, Garza. Love you guys. I'm gonna answer the Patreon questions as well as we get on into here. But first, we're gonna start with the regular questions here. Thank you, Gustavo, my man, for the super chat. I really appreciate you. Happy Sunday. Start at flex. Waddle, Puka, Williams, or ETN. Starters are Ayuk, Chase, Kamara, and Kyron Williams. So your team looks to me to be pretty loaded, right? You have a very, 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 very solid team. So I think based upon the team that you've got here, I would probably go ETN. Now, I think the fact that we do see that Trevor Lawrence is banged up. Now, Trevor Lawrence is going to play for some reason. I think that's one of the hardest things about quarterbacks in the NFL is that they're never going to want to sit, right? Never going to want to sit. It doesn't matter if, like, Trevor Lawrence could have literally gotten fucking shot. He could have, like, his arm torn off of him, and he would still try to play on Sunday, right? That's just how quarterbacks are. Most of them are very mentally tough, and that's what you need to play that position. So it makes sense. And I think Trevor Lawrence is not going to look very good today. I think if you're relying on Calvin Ridley, then I think that you're going to kind of be almost in a way down bad. But what I will tell you is that I do believe that it's going to help out ETN a ton because I think ETN is going to get force-fed dump-offs. I was kind of someone who was a little bit more nervous about ETN this week. I thought maybe Beathard would be able to dump the ball off to him a ton. But now, based upon where we're sitting, I think you have to go with ETN. I think all those guys are good starts, right? Realistically, on a majority of teams, Waddle, Javonte Williams, Puka, and ETN are probably starters on a majority of your teams, right? But you have Ayuk, Chase, Kamara, Kyron Williams, right? It's not like you have much you can change. So what I would do is just start ETN. I think ETN is one of the safest bets out of those guys. And I think he's got a lot of upside. Again, I really do think Trevor Lawrence is going to feed him the rock. So Gustavo, go with ETN. If you don't want to go ETN for some reason, then my second best answer would be Jalen Waddle. Jay says week 1 of 2 in the first round of the playoffs, start at running back, 2 at running back, 2 at receiver, 1 at flex, and then a defense. So that's a great question. One second. All right. So my running backs would be Bijan and Gibbs. I would not start Gus over either of those guys. At receiver, it would be Evans and Puka. Okay, so this is a pretty. It's not like an easy question, but it's easy to explain. Bijan, Gibbs, Evans, Puka, Reed. Reed is your flex. So Bijan, Gibbs, Evans, Puka, Reed. And then at defense, I would go. Let's pull up my rankings because I don't want to say the wrong thing. Defenses. Ravens versus Vikings. Oh. I would go Ravens. It is close, but I would go Ravens. I'm going to go Ravens, Bijan, Gibbs, Evans, Puka, Reed. There we go. Joseph, thank you for the super chat. PPR flex, Gabe Davis, Keaton Mitchell, Laporta, OBJ, or Josh Downs. Great question there. I would go with, now that game in Baltimore looks like someone on Twitter called it the Mud Bowl. I don't know if that's how I would describe it, but that does make sense. Like the weather's gonna be fucked up. So I would probably lean with Keaton Mitchell because of that. I think they're gonna be running the ball a lot more. Now, I fully think that if you wanted to go with the safest play possible, you go Laporta. Right, Joseph? If you want to avoid any ounce of risk, right? If you're very scared of, a potential bust in your lineup, you go with Laporta because I think your best two options are either Gabe Davis or Keaton Mitchell. Both of those guys are very, 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 very risky. Laporta is the safe bet. So if you want 10 guaranteed points, play Laporta. If you're fine getting 5, but you might also get 20, go Keaton Mitchell. So if this is my team, I'm going with more upside. I'm going Keaton Mitchell. But if you want to be safe, go Laporta. Tommy, Drew Horsecock Lock maybe starting for Seattle. Yeah, I see that. But I would still go with Mike. I agree with you, Spock. I love Drew Lock, but Drew Lock is not very good. All right, all right, all right. Walker or Gus, Puka or Rice, Houston or Ravens. All right. Kenneth Walker. Let's see about Kenneth Walker. Both Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet are expected to play. I don't think either of them are going to be very good. But I would still start Walker over Gus. And then Puka or Rice, I'd go Puka. Houston or Ravens, I'd go Houston. So Houston, Puka, Walker. I don't mind Gus, but I definitely go Walker over him. Jay, half PPR flex, Cooks, Addison, Jaden Reed, Pollard, or Swift. That's tough because I do like Jaden Reed a ton this week, but I think you'd be a little bit foolish to sit Pollard with the run that Pollard's been on. Pollard has been one of the more hot pause running backs in fantasy football as of recently. So I would definitely go with Pollard. He feels like a pretty safe bet to be a top, I wouldn't say top 3 guaranteed, but top 5 at the very least at running back this week. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Tony Pollard. I like Swift a decent amount too, but I'm going Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard. Half PPR. Manual, 2 quarterback league. I only have Mayfield on the list. Who do I pick up? Drew Lock, DeVito, or O'Connell? All right. If you want a guy that's guaranteed to play DeVito. If you're fine taking a hit at a guy that might suck ass and might blow up, go with Drew Lock. I think Gino's going to end up toughing it out and playing, though. But the thing is, DeVito plays on Monday. So you should be able to pick up, realistically, if you're not. Oh, you got a stats file tomorrow, Kyle? Good luck, man. So if you don't want to get, like, what I should say is if your league allows you to pick up Drew Lock and then potentially cut him if Geno Smith plays, I would do that and then just play DeVito on Monday. So because I think Drew Lock has the most amount of upside. Drew Lock is basically going to either get you like 3 fantasy points or I shit you not, he might score 25. Like Drew Lock is basically like not Russell Wilson. He's basically like Jameis Winston, right? And it's a tough matchup for him, but I do think Drew Lock is kind of a guy that's going to go out there and run. Like you're not going to see Aiden O'Connell run for 50 yards, like or DeVito really. So Drew Lock could do that. So I think I'm going to take the shot on Drew Lock because I think he's the most talented out of that group and he has the best weapons out of that group. And then if Gino plays, you just cut Drew Lock and you add DeVito. Ramsey, thank you for the super chat, my man. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Emmanuel, as well. Jordan Addison or Josh Downs this week. I would go. This is kind of one of those where there's 2 answers to your question, right? You want a guaranteed. Oh, the weather outside is frightful. That's true, John. If you want a guaranteed 8 points, go Downs. If you can understand that there's risk in playing Jordan Addison and you're hunting for more upside, go Addison. I believe I have Addison ranked higher because, again, you guys know this. I talk about this a ton. I play fantasy football in a more risky way, right? I am much more willing to risk it for the biscuit, metaphorically. Like, hey, I understand that this guy might absolutely suck donkey cock, but I'm going to play him anyways because I'm willing to risk that maybe things don't go as well. So that's why I would go Jordan Addison over Josh Downs. Next question here from Joseph. Standard flex, McKinnon, Josh Downs, Elijah Moore. So without Isaiah Pacheco, make sure you guys hit the like button on today's stream. It does really help me out a ton. That is the most important thing you could do. If you're not going to super chat, which is okay, you don't have to. Just hit the like button. That is the best way to boost this video up and help me out. All right. So Clyde and McKinnon are going to split work. That tells me that I think I like McKinnon more because this game against the Bills, I think, is going to be high scoring. I think it's going to be a tit for tat, high scoring, back and forth, Rock'em Sock'em Robots matchup. So I like McKinnon the most. It's a standard league, though. Look, if you want save points go downs, I go McKinnon. I'm going McKinnon. Brandon, what's up, my man? I appreciate the super chat. Shout out Clayton Kershaw, Isaiah Likely, or Brevin Jordan. There's another one of those where it's like, how risky are you of a player, right? Likely is obviously the safe answer, right? You know Likely is going to be involved in the Ravens offense, but Likely has never really been that smash play that we want him to be. Brevin Jordan, on the other hand, is playing in the rain, torrential downpour in New Jersey. But if things go his way, you might end up very happy. So let's see. I'd probably end up going with, I think I'm going to go Isaiah Likely over Brevin Jordan. Again, if you want the more risky high upside option, go Jordan. I'd go Likely, though. I would go Isaiah Likely. That's where we're going today. Next question here. Nicolas says, Mitchell or Edwards? I would play Mitchell. Oh, no, it's not start Mitchell and Edwards. It's stack Mitchell and Edwards. If you meant to say start, I'm playing Mitchell. I don't think Nicholas. I would want to be a great name, by the way. Obviously, my name is also Nicholas, but that's why I said that. But I would not want to play both Mitchell and Edwards. Now, there's a chance that Edwards just comes out the bye week and scores like 2 touchdowns, scores 3 touchdowns, right? Would anyone be surprised if Gus Edwards had 3 touchdowns today? I wouldn't be. So, with that said, I would not look to start to stack Mitchell and Edwards, but if you had to play both of them, I don't think it's that crazy, but it's not the most ideal in my opinion. It's not the most ideal. So I'm going to go, I would rather play Mitchell over Edwards. And if you have to stack them, go ahead, but it's not, in my opinion, like the best scenario. Larry, D-Hop or Sutton? Sutton. Oh, you also have Judy. Well, you shouldn't be playing Judy. So if you have Judy, take Judy out and put D-Hop in and play D-Hop and Sutton. That would be my best case scenario there. Alrighty. So yeah, my best case scenario would be taking Judy out and then putting D-Hop in so you can play D-Hop and Sutton. Tell no lies. Kyron, Brees, Henry, Gibbs, A-Chain. A-Chain, Kyron, Brees. A-Chain, Kyron, Brees. A-Chain's a must-play against the Titans defense. Kyron's a must-play every single fucking week. And then Brees, Henry, or Gibbs, I would rather put the eggs in the basket of Brees just getting a million checkdowns and then elevating himself from the checkdown game. So, Kyron, Brees, A-Chain. Kiop says, important flex, Rice, Ferguson, Lockett, or Higgins. Great question. I would go with Rice up against the Buffalo Bills. I think that's going to be a high-scoring game. I think that's going to be a back-and-forth game between the Bills and the Chiefs, and I think the Bills are going to be able to get up, maybe a touchdown close to the end of the game, which is going to push the Chiefs into throwing more. I think losing Isaiah Pacheco is going to push the Chiefs into throwing more. I think there's a great scenario for Rashee Rice to have his best game of the season. So Rashee Rice for me. Sleep deprived animator. Good morning, Nick. Good morning to you as well. Need a wide receiver 2 and a flex in half PPR. He's got Puka, Nico, Sutton, Monty, and James Cooks. Wide receiver 1 is Chase. Running back 1 and 2 are Kyron and Zach Moss. Great question there. I would go ahead and play Monty. I don't think you can sit David Montgomery, so he's going to be your flex. I think I understand on paper that the Bears defense is very, 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 very good against the run. But let's be honest with you. This is going to be one of those games where we see that the fact that the defense is all this, all that won't matter. I think the Lions are going to be able to run straight through them. I think David Montgomery is going to find pay dirt in his revenge game up against the Bears. So I want to go with David Montgomery. And then we are going to go with Nico Collins. I understand Nico Collins is a little bit risky because of the rain. If you want to be a little bit safer because you're worried about the rain. I know the weather is pretty fucked up where I live right now in New Jersey. So I would go with Nico Collins and Monty, but if you don't want to play Nico because of the rain, you want to be as safe as possible, play James Cook instead. So Nico and Monty for me, but if you want to be as safe as possible, Monty and James Cook. Eddie, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Nick, pick two, Noah Brown, Downs, Cup, or Amari. Great question here. I would go with Cooper, Cup, and I would go with Josh Downs. I think playing Amari Cooper is kind of a risky game. If I'm being honest with you, I don't think Amari Cooper is really a guy that I would be looking to just jam into my lineups. I don't think that Amari Cooper, with the quarterback situation there, just is that amazing of a start, especially due to the fact that I don't necessarily love the matchup. And Amari Cooper's been very underwhelming this season. So I'm going to go Josh Downs and Cup. If you want more upside, I would go Cup and Noah Brown. Uh, Piccolo Pico says Ridley or Hopkins. Ridley or Hopkins. I would go Ridley. I would go Ridley. No, I wouldn't. I can't go Ridley. I lied to you. I lied directly to your face. I lied directly to your face. I'd go Hopkins. I'd go Hopkins. Sorry about that. I just had a fucking brain fart. I was trying to text multiple different people at once. I would play Hopkins. Now, the reason why I'm not playing Ridley is because I do think that Trevor Lawrence's inability to be able to maneuver out of the pocket is going to severely hurt him in this game. I think, sure, he could be fine, but at the end of the day, I'm going to go ahead and go with Hopkins because I just trust the quarterback slightly more. This might be a big game out of Ridley. This is a fucking tough question. I'm going Hopkins, though. Later, everyone. Good luck. Good luck, Brian. YYC says, hey, Nick, is it raining in New Jersey? It is raining in New Jersey. Great call last week on Chase over Singletary. Tight end, half PPR, Brevin Jordan, Gerald Everett, or Jawan Johnson. Thanks for a great season. Thank you. I appreciate the super chat. Appreciate all you guys for watching the stream again. Even if you can't super chat, make sure you guys just hit that like button. The best way to help me is by leaving a like. And again, I try to answer as many questions as possible. I'm not someone that just sits here and yaps on for a while until a new super chat shows up, right? I do try to go as quickly as possible. But again, the people that super chat, they deserve my time to give them an answer. So it is raining a little bit. I would go with Gerald Everett, Jawan Johnson, or Brevin Jordan. I'm going to go. I mean, technically, I have Gerald Everett ranked the highest because I think Gerald Everett on paper is a lot safer than Brevin Jordan or Jawan Johnson. I don't really want to play Jawan Johnson, even though, oh my God, I know that Taysom Hill isn't playing, but I still don't love Jawan Johnson. I don't like Derek Carr. Derek Carr reeks to high heaven. So I'm going Brevin Jordan. I'm taking on that risk in a bit of a rainy game. I think Brevin Jordan's going to get his targets. Again, the safest bet here, YYC, is Gerald Everett, but I'd go with Brevin Jordan personally. Personally, I'm going Brevin Jordan. All right. Yeah, Brevin Jordan. Dear God, help us. I feel that. Eckler or Pollard? I'm sitting Eckler. There's reports that Eckler isn't going to be getting as many touches as normal, that they're going to kind of play Josh Kelly and him ride the hot hand. Now, there's no way Josh Kelly's the hot hand over Austin Eckler, but that is definitely enough for me to be panicked on Austin Eckler and go with Tony Pollard. So I would be sitting Eckler over Pollard. Matthew, full PPR, need one. Gus Bus, CH McKinnon, or Drizzy Drake London. I would play Jerick McKinnon. Now, I think between Jerick McKinnon and CEH, I just think that, all right, John, I'll see you in a couple minutes. I think that, I just think McKinnon's better than CEH. Like, CEH always tries to run the ball, and he's fucking slow as fuck. He sucks. I don't know, man. CEH just isn't very good, in my opinion. So I would rather just lean with McKinnon. I would rather just lean with McKinnon because I think McKinnon is just overall a better player, right? We're trying to compare McKinnon to CH. McKinnon is better. McKinnon is significantly better, in my opinion, than CH. CH will get the ball, and he just looks There's something about him where he just looks sluggish when he gets the ball, and then they give it to him on the goal line. They're like, "Oh, let's take Pacheco out." They hand him the ball, and he runs into a brick wall. He's just not very good. So I'm going McKinnon out of that group. Riaz, thank you for the super chat. Jalen Hyatt or Elijah Moore, non-PPR, thanks. I'm just going to take the shot on Elijah Moore. I think Elijah Moore is kind of almost grandfathered in to getting a bunch of targets that I just do not think that Elijah Moore or that Jalen Hyatt is guaranteed. Jalen Hyatt is far from guaranteed to get a bunch of targets, whereas Elijah Moore is. I understand that's non-PPR, but I just lean with Elijah Moore personally, especially with Joe Flacco under center. Aaron says start 3, Cup, Flowers, Garrett Wilson, D-Hop. Let's go with Garrett Wilson, Flowers, and Cup. That's the way I would go. I don't despise D-Hop this week, but I do think there's a chance that D-Hop gets completely locked up. Now, I know I gave the answer of D-Hop over Ridley, but that made perfect sense to me. I'm going to go with more these guys are all more risky than D-Hop, but I think D-Hop is inherently risky as well up against a Dolphins defense that could completely shut down anything the Titans have to offer. That is an offense that might end up being on the struggle bus mightily the whole fucking game. So I'm going to go ahead and take more of that risk and go with the riskier options and go with Flowers, Cup, and Garrett Wilson. Michael, thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate you. Drop 1, CH, D-Hop, Amari Cooper. Thanks, Nick. Also, Green Bay, Ravens, or 49ers defense. I would go with Green Bay, and I would cut. If I had to cut someone, I'm cutting Amari Cooper. I know that might sound crazy, but I just don't see Amari Cooper being able to take you over the top and win you your league. I do genuinely believe that we could end up seeing when push comes to shove that CH ends up as a league winner. D-Hop, if the matchups get a little bit better, he could be a league winner. I just think Amari Cooper is going to be a guy that you frustratingly start every once in a while and he sucks. And then the second that you go ahead and sit Amari Cooper, he's going to end up having like a huge game. So I think I just want to stay away as a whole from that situation. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut. If I have to cut someone, it's going to be Mr. Amari Cooper. Nick Adamas, thank you for the super chat here. Sit 1, Laporta or Kelsey. Kelsey had 2 good weeks and Pacheco is out. Might be more upside for Kelsey. Yeah, the thing is, both of these guys are really good starts, if we're being completely honest with you. But I don't think that I myself would have enough confidence, have enough balls to go ahead and go out here and say, like, oh, you need to go ahead and sit Laporta, right? I think sitting Laporta is not necessarily an insane proposition, right? Or not, sitting Kelsey to me is insane. So I just don't think you can do it. I think that while Sam Laporta has been so good this season, you're not going to be able to sleep at night, Nick, if you sit Travis Kelsey, right? If Travis Kelsey goes for 40 points and you start Laporta over him, you're not going to be able to sleep. You're going to be tossing and turning in your bed. You're going to wake up in the middle of the night and you're going to just see Kelsey fucking score 3 times in your head and you're going to be pissed off. And you want to know why? Because you cannot sit a guy that is as good as Mr. Travis Kelsey, right? If you sit Travis Kelsey, you are essentially cruising for a bruising. You know what you're doing when you do that. So you can't sit him. You have to play Kelsey again. Regardless of what the analytics say, regardless about the matchup, anything, you will be able to sleep. Say if you start Kelsey and Laporta goes for 30 and you lose because Kelsey only scored 20, you're not going, like, sure, you're going to be mad, but you're not going to be like, oh, I lost because I started Kelsey, right? If you sit Kelsey and Kelsey goes crazy and Laporta shits the bed, you're not going to be able to sleep for roughly a week. So go ahead and play Kelsey. All right, we got to catch up on these questions. I apologize. Rice or Gibbs for the flex? Call me crazy. I'm going Rice. Call me crazy. Call me whatever you want. I am going with Rashee Rice. I love Rashee Rice this week. I think Rashee Rice is in a smash spot up against the Buffalo Bills defense. I'm going Rashee Rice over Gibbs. Next question here. Start 1, Breece Hall or Monty. Half PPR. Love the show. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it. I love you too. Love all you guys in the chat. I appreciate you guys. You said you love the show, but I love you. So you love me. Let's go see Barney. I think that's the song for Barney. Let's go with David Montgomery. Now, again, I do think that Breece Hall is pretty close to a must play. I think Breece Hall is going to get the ball jammed down his throat, pause, this week. But I do think that Monty is the safer bet. Monty's a guy that could easily be a top 5 running back this week. Again, this is a revenge game up against that defense that he once played for. Obviously, he didn't play for the defense, but he played on the Chicago Bears. So I'm going to go with David Montgomery. I love David Montgomery. Again, he's a much safer play. They have pretty similar upside. If I'm being honest, though, I would argue that Monty has more upside than Brees Hall. So we're going to go with Monty. Bitch, I feel like Monte. Nicholas says, thank you. Thank you, man. One more, Flex, Lockett, or Elijah Moore. Now, I think both of those guys are on the riskier side of things, right? I don't think either of these guys are very safe. I would go with Lockett strictly just due to the upside. Like, do we really see Elijah Moore going off this week for, I don't know, 25 points, right? I understand that Lockett might be 4 points. He might be 25, but I'd rather just take that risk on the guy that might score me 4 points or 25 over a guy that I don't feel super safe with in Elijah Moore. So I think Elijah Moore will get the targets. The question is, how accurate will they be? I'm just going to take the shot on Tyler Lockett instead, Nicholas. Thank you for the super chat. Juan said, Komet or Kincaid? Need upside, thank you. No problem. I think either way, your answer to this question is going to be either way. I think your answer to this question is going to be Dalton Kincaid. I think Dalton Kincaid is in a smash spot this week up against the Chiefs defense. I think that Komet, while Justin Fields does love throwing him the ball, I still view him as somewhat of a risk. Now, obviously, I understand that with Dawson Knox being back, that's going to slightly bump down Kincaid, but I still think Kincaid's going to be seeing a majority of the targets. Again, I still believe this is going to be a higher scoring game, so I'm going with Dalton Kincaid over Komet. Anthony, thank you for the super chat. 2 running backs in a flex: Eckler, Monty, Moss, Olave, Nico. Let's go with Monte and Zach Moss, and then your flex is going to be Olave. The reason why we're sitting Eckler out is, again, because there's talks from the coaches about this being more of a even split, more of a hot hand approach. And again, while I don't think that Joshua Kelly will ever have the hot hand, Eckler's hand is fucking freezing cold, right? He's got what's that called? Frostbite, like he's Paulie Walnuts trying to find that Russian guy. So let's go ahead and go with Monty, Moss, and Chris Olave. Reese, thank you for the super chat. Goddard or Kincaid for the flex. One Amari Cooper, T. Higgins, Noah Brown. I have Nico starting. Let's go. Definitely Kincaid over Goddard. Goddard, even when healthy, has been very inconsistent this season. Goddard has had some good games. He's had some bad games. It's just not what I thought he would be this season. Now, maybe he comes out from getting hurt, right? The last time he actually played in the game he got hurt in was up against this team that he's playing up against this week. So maybe he's just angry at the goddamn Dallas Cowboys and he goes haywire. But I think there's also a good chance that he ends up not having the best of games ever. So I'm just going to go Kincaid, who, again, this season has just been a lot safer than him. And then we are going to go ahead and go with, between those receivers, I would play Noah Brown. I don't like any of those guys, so I'm just going to go with the higher upside shot, which is Noah Brown, even though you already have Nico starting. Hector, thank you for the super chat. Flex spot, half PPR. Madison, Noah Brown, Godwin, Elijah Moore. Who is the best matchup, Purdy or Love? Who should I start? Need a win to stay alive. Thanks. No problem, Hector. I would definitely go with Purdy over Love. I do think that I think there's a chance that Jordan Love and the Packers just steamroll, absolutely bend the Giants over a table, and the game's not even close, and then Jordan Love kind of shits the bed because of that. So I'd go Purdy. And then out of those receivers, you need the win. If you need the win, I'm playing the highest upside play possible, which is Noah Brown. If you want to be safe, go Madison. But I'd go Noah Brown. Again, I understand that there's risk with the rain, but I would rather take my shot on the higher upside play. And that is going to be what the fuck am I talking about? That's going to be Noah Brown. Noah Brown is the higher upside play. So we're going Noah Brown. So Noah Brown, if you want to be safe, go Madison, and then Purdy over Love. Love me tender, love me sweet. You're sitting cup, Michael. I feel that. Again, we're like 10 minutes behind a question, so I got to go faster. Jay says full PPR, one flex, Cooks, McKinnon, Addison, Garrett, or Javante. I would play out of that group. I'm playing James Cook, unless that's Brandon Cooks, which it is Brandon Cooks. I'm going to go ahead and go with I'm going Javonte Williams. I like Javonte Williams' matchup. I view Javonte Williams as very safe this week. I like all your options, to be honest with you, but I'm going Javonte Williams. AJ says Jaden Reed or D Hop, Brevin Jordan or Everett. Again, if you want the safest bet on tight ends, go Everett. If you want to be a little bit more risky, go Jordan. I'd go Jordan. And then Reed or D Hop. I'm going with Jaden Reed. I don't really love D Hop this week against the Dolphins defense. Next question here would be from Bill. Thank you for the super chat. Bill says 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a flex. Jahmyr Gibbs, Eckler, James Cook, Madison, Keenan Allen, Nico, Adams, Calvin Ridley, PPR, 12 teams. You need 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and a flex. At running back, you're going James Cook and you're going Jahmyr Gibbs. At receiver, you're going Keenan Allen, Nico Collins, and then at flex, you're going Devontae Adams. Again, maybe Eckler ends up blowing up again. We're all, as a fantasy community, I think, kind of quitting on Eckler, right? We're all quitting on Eckler. We're writing whatever the fuck Geno Smith said, right? We're counting him out, basically. We all think Eckler's going to shit the bed, and then Eckler's going to go crazy, of course. But I'm going Gibbs, Cook, Allen, Nico, Adams, Bill. That's the way we're going. Roderick, what's up, my man? Thank you for the super chat. T. Higgins or McKinnon? I'm going McKinnon 100% over T. Higgins. I think T. Higgins could be fine, but again, he was a guy that saw barely any targets last week. I do think this Jake Browning guy is actually not straight up Fugazi. I think he's actually pretty good. But again, when push comes to shove, is that the guy that you want your fucking lineups hinging upon? The answer is probably no, right? You probably don't want your lineup hinging on T. Higgins. Where I think Javonte Williams could go out there and go straight up nuclear, straight up hog wild, as the kids would say. So let's go ahead and go with Jerick McKinnon over T. Higgins. Jerick McKinnon over T. Higgins. Next question here would be from Lettuce HF. Says Lawrence or Browning. I would go with Browning. Flex, Higgins or Mitchell. I would go with Mitchell. The reason why we're going Browning over Lawrence is because I think the reason why Lawrence has been playing so well is because the way he is able to maneuver in the pocket. He has, in my opinion, some of the best maneuverability in the pocket out of any player in the NFL. Now, again, I'm not saying he's up there with like Lamar and stuff or Tua. Tua's really great at moving in the pocket, but Lawrence is a guy that's great moving in the pocket. He's great at running away from pressure. And with that bum leg, like you're not going to be able to do that as well. So we're going to go Lawrence. We're going Browning and we're going with Keaton Mitchell. Next question here from Lord Chris. Everybody hates Chris. Saquon, Demont, Moore, A-Chain, White, Olave. You got to sit 2 of those guys. We're sitting Saquon. Fuck. We're sitting Saquon. And we're sitting David Montgomery. That's a tough ass question, but we're sitting Saquon. We're sitting David Montgomery. We're going to go with DJ Moore, A-Chain, Rashad White, and Olave. That is a really tough question. That's one that will actually keep you up at night. That is a really tough one. Your team is clearly fucking stacked if you have to sit 2 of those guys. You did a great job drafting, great job in the waiver wire pickups, but I would go and sit Saquon and Montgomery. It feels gross, but that's the case. Sloppy Joe, Sloppy Show. T-Law or Browning, 1 quarterback, CH or McKinnon at the flex. I'm going Browning over T-Law. Again, very much just trying to avoid the scenario where we jump onto the bandwagon of T-Law because he's T-Law over Browning, right? He's this, he's that, and he's great. I understand he is great, right? I'm not trying to shit all over the chest metaphorically of T-Law, but I'm definitely going Browning. And then I'm going McKinnon over CH. Again, I think this one's a straight up crapshoot. But I think if you're trying to just figure out, if you're asking me, Nick, who is the better player? Nick, who is better, CH or McKinnon? The answer would be McKinnon. So I'm just going to go straight up with who I think is better. And I think the game plan is going to go to dumping the ball off. I think that the Bills are going to win this game. I think the Bills are going to be up in this game. They're going to have to throw the ball. And if they're throwing the ball, it's going to McKinnon over CH. So Browning and McKinnon. Next question here from Wesley. Running backs, Bijan, Kyren, A-Chain, Gibbs. Receivers, St. Brown, Pittman, Nico Collins. Pick 2 at each and 1 flex play, please. And thanks. No problem, Wesley. Always love seeing you and your fish there. We're going Kyren and we're going with Devin A-Chain. We are going St. Brown and Michael Pittman. And then we are going with Bijan over Nico Collins. Bijan, Kyren, A-Chain, Pittman, St. Brown. It's close between Nico Collins and Bijan, but I'm going with Bijan. Bijan, Kyren, A-Chain, St. Brown, Michael Pittman. Lock it in. Thank you. Yeah, that is true, JR. We always know why my right hand is extra warm. Very nice. Goff or Dobbs, and then Swift or Cooks. Great question. Standard league, I'm going with the Goffinator, Jared Goff. And then I am going to go ahead and go with. Shit, I'm getting a bunch of questions. Let me answer these real quick. Let me just answer these questions really quick. It takes 2 seconds. All right, next question here. Goff or Dobbs, Goff, and then Swift or Cooks. I would go with Brandon Cooks. Sammy Sosa, Standard League, Ford or Nico in my flex. I'm going with Nico out over Ford. Ford has been not seeing as many carries as I thought he would. Now, obviously, that's because the fact that the team was getting fucking spit roasted in that last game. But man, oh man, man, oh man, I think I would rather just go ahead and play. Oh, that's tough. I'm gonna go Nico Collins though. I think you'd be crazy to sit Nico Collins to play forward. So I'm going Nico Collins. Nicodamus yet again with the super chat. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh. We're gonna go ahead and go with sitting one. I'm gonna sit DJ Moore, and you're gonna flex Laporta and start Kelsey. Well, I'd rather have DJ Moore in the flex over Laporta. But I do get that. Alrighty. So yeah, my bad. I was just reading a bunch of text messages. I would sit DJ Moore, but I would actually rather sit Laporta and play DJ Moore as my flex. Noah, thank you for the super chat. Pick 2 against Josh Allen, London, Kincaid, and Collins. Am I dumb? Am I just not understanding this question? Let me pull up the chat again, see if Noah said something else. I haven't had the chat up this whole time. Well, I do have the chat up, but not on a separate screen. Let's pull up the other part of the chat. Somewhere over the rainbow. I assume you don't mean pick 2 out of these guys because it's Josh Allen and Collins, but I don't think that's what you mean. Pull this up here. Wait, let's answer Alexander's question or Rockout's question, and then we'll go back to Noah. 1 running back, 1 flex, Javonte, Keaton Mitchell, K9, and Reed. Oh, I have 3 other guys. I'm versus Josh Allen. Okay. Let me find your question then. Noah E. Okay, so who are the guys that you have? Send me a picture, or not send me a picture. Just Noah, just leave in chat the other 3 guys, and I'll answer your question. I just popped back into the chat, so that's why I can't find your question. I apologize. I don't know why the fuck YouTube does this, but it always does. And then let me put the poll in the chat. Did you hit the like button? Oh, you have those 3. Oh, okay. Okay. I get it now. No, I'm an idiot. So you have to start 2 out of those 3, right? Pick 2 against Josh Allen. I get it now. See, I'm an idiot. I am really an idiot. I get it now, though. I just read it wrong. You that read wrong. That's what happens. We are 50 super chats deep. I appreciate all you guys for the super chats. It means the world to me. Thank you guys so much. So let's go Noah, let's go back to Noah, and then we'll answer Rockout's question. I apologize for cucking right there, Rockout, but we're going Kincaid and Collins. I'm not playing Drake London. I don't really want anything to do with Drake London. Drake London fucking reeks to high heaven, and he doesn't actually reek. That would be a lie, right? What I just said was a straight up lie, but he does reek to high heaven for fantasy football because when push comes to shove, I don't want anything to do. I don't want anything to do with the Desmond Ritter led passing attack, right? With Arthur Smith being such a stooge. So I'm going Kincaid for sure because Kincaid can really help you wipe out Josh Allen's points. If Kincaid has a huge game, then that will help kind of lessen the blow of a huge game out of Josh Allen. And then I would go with Collins just because the upside is a lot higher. Rock out with your cock out, full PPR, one running back, one flex. One running back, one flex. Javonte, Keaton Mitchell, K9 Reed. I would go with Javonte and Reed. I think Kenneth Walker's a pretty unsafe bet this week. I think Kenneth Walker's pretty risky. So I would definitely much rather go ahead and lean away from him. So we're going to go ahead and go with Javonte, and then we're going to go with Jaden Reed. Fuck. I've scrolled all around. Okay. We're back again. Not Ridley. Javonte and Reed. That's what I meant to say. Alexander, Kyron, or White. How does St. Brown look? I think St. Brown's going to look good. I'm not too worried about St. Brown at all. So I think St. Brown's basically a must start every single week. St. Brown could have explosive diarrhea during the game, and I would still expect him to have a huge game. So that's just kind of how I think about players like St. Brown. And I'm going Kyron over White. I understand that Rachaad White has been on fire, but Kyron Williams to me is just a must start. I think people trying to argue against Kyron Williams are really just heavily overthinking every single thing possible. You're 100% galaxy braining yourself out of playing a great play if you don't play Kyron. So you got to go Kyron, and St. Brown's going to be fine. Ram, thank you for the super chat here. Unless I pronounced your name wrong, because I got like a bunch of things open on the screen. No, that was correct. Ram, Troll, thank you for the super chat. Says CH Dillon, London, A Cooper, pick 2, please. I'm going to go ahead and go CEH, and I'm going AJ Dillon. I know they both feel fucking gross. There's literally no way Aaron Jones is playing. I don't know why that has even been reported. Let me just Google it real quick before I sound like a buffoon. There's literally no way Aaron Jones plays. No fucking way. Aaron Jones practiced again, questionable. So maybe he actually does play. So maybe I just lied straight to your face. Let's just avoid AJ Dillon then at all costs. Let's go Drizzy, Drake, London, and CEH. I'd rather take my bet on Desmond Ritter over Joe Flacco. So CEH and Drizzy, Drake, London for that one. Roderick, thank you for the super chat. One more, Browning or Stroud. I would go with Stroud. Again, I think Browning might be the safer bet if you're trying to be as safe as possible. Then go ahead and play. I don't know why my brain just shut off. Go ahead and play Stroud because I think Stroud's safer. Or go ahead and play Browning if you want to be as safe as possible. But I'm going Stroud even in the rain. The rain doesn't look as bad as I previously thought. So I'm going Stroud. Kapil says, yo, Nick, would you start Ingram or Likely today? 100% would rather play Ingram. I think that Likely isn't fool's gold necessarily, but he is a guy that every single week we really talk ourselves into. Every single time that fucking Mark Andrews goes down, everyone gives the gawk 9,000 special to this poor bastard, and he never ends up doing anything. It's almost like disrespectful that we continue to rank him this highly, and he continues to suck that much ass, but I'm going to go ahead and go with Ingram over Likely. Chris, thank you for the super chat. Nick, what's up, dude? What's going on, my man? I appreciate the super chat. Full PPR, 0.5 points per 5 yards rushing, 10 points for 10 yards receiving. Oh, what the fuck? This is a crazy league. So 5 points per 5 yards rushing, 10 points per 10 yards receiving. Oh, my God. That's a crazy ass way of setting things up. We're going Hilaire. We're going Hilaire. We're going to just say fuck it and play Clyde Edwards-Hilaire. I understand that not everyone wants to play Clyde Edwards-Hilaire, but I'm going to take the shot on Clyde Edwards-Hilaire. We're going CEH over Kenny Walker and D-Hop. Again, D-Hop might get locked up by Ramsey. Kenny Walker might not play. And if he does play, he's going up against the 49ers. And so we're going to go CH in a better matchup. Daniel says, might start Love over Herbert, or am I biased? You are not biased for thinking that. I think that, again, if it's my team, Daniel, I'm playing Herbert. If I'm being completely honest with you, I would play Herbert. But it's not like I have Herbert ranked as an S tier quarterback and Love in the D tier. Right there in the exact same tier. There are a couple of ranking spots between each other. And when guys are that close, like I try to explain this in the tier videos, but when a guy is in the same tier for me, you can go either way, right? I wouldn't call you crazy if you played with Love. So, Daniel, I would tell you to go with your gut. I would go Herbert, but if you want to go Love, go Love. You know, Cheddarhead, Brees Hall or Ford, full point PPR. Go Brees Hall. Go with Brees Hall. Again, I get that Brees Hall is not in the best situation ever, but neither is Ford. We all know that Ford is actually in a pretty bad situation. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the highest upside play possible there, and that's Brees Hall. Brees Hall could easily see 10 plus dump offs from the MILF Hunter Zach Wilson in this game. So we're going to go ahead and bite the bullet there and go Brees Hall. Jonathan says Collins or Nakua for the flex, Hall or Cooks. Great question. I would go with Brees Hall, and I would go with Nico Collins. Brees Hall, Nico Collins. Midnight says, holy fuck, guys, we're 10 minutes back on the super chat, so I need to start answering these fast. I apologize. I didn't know we were this far back. God damn it. We only have 8 minutes to go, so we're going to have to go super fast mode through these here. Okay. Let's go playoff PPR pick two running backs, one flex. CH, Hubbard, Madison, Noah Brown, Thielen, Higgins, or D-Hop. You the GOAT, brother. You're the GOAT. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's go Hubbard. Let's go Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Let's go Thielen. And let's go D-Hop. D-Hop, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Hubbard, Thielen. Thank you for the super chat. All right, wait, actually, are we not that many super chats behind? No, we definitely are. Baltimore, Miami defense. I'm going with the Fins. Fins up. I'm going with the Fins. Fins over Baltimore. 100 P. All right, we might have actually caught up on the super chats. Holy fuck. Magical. I meant 1 point. Oh, okay, Chris. Let me fix that real quick. You meant 1 point. I was like, holy fuck, 10 points? Let me go back. Let me go back and answer your question again. I apologize. Thank you guys for all the super chats. Chris. Okay. If it's 1 point, I get you. I get you what you're saying. Now, I'm still going CH, though. I'm still going CH. But yeah. Dobbs or Goff from Zach. Thank you for the super chat. I'm going Goff. I'm going Goff. I'm going Goff. I'm going with Goff. Goff over Dobbs 100%. I think Dobbs is going to end up having a decent game, but I would definitely rather play Goff. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. That's pretty funny. I'm not going to lie. That's pretty funny. Pretty funny. I am a huge Miami fan. I am. But it's not really a disclaimer. I don't think I give you guys that much bias. Like, I think there's definitely people that are much more biased than I am when push comes to shove here. I think I'm going to try to get into the Fantasy Football World Championship this week. I obviously am not going to actually win, but I would like to get in. Imagine me at the Fantasy Football World Championship next week. Millions of dollars on the line. Pretty fire. All right. Next question here. Ridley or Reed? Thank you, Tyler, for the super chat. Ridley or Reed with T-Law in. I'm going Reed. I'm going Reed again. I love Ridley so much. Ridley is one of my favorite players in the NFL, but I would just have to 100% go. I got to go. Got to go Reed. I think you're getting really cute if you're playing Ridley. You're getting way too cute if you're playing Ridley. Way too cute. Way too cute. I'm going Reed. Kyle says, hey, Nick, do you want the Chiefs or Bills to win today? I think the Chiefs win, so Miami have a better shot at the division. Miami's win the division anyways, in my opinion. The Bills are not catching the Dolphins. So I'm rooting for the Bills because I want the Chiefs to not even have any chance of getting the 1 seed. Because that helps us out a ton. So I'd rather have the Bills win, to be completely honest with you, because I think the Bills are going to lose to the Cowboys. So I'm not really worried about the Bills. I think the Bills are dead in the water. If they squeak into the playoffs, then that'll be scary for us. But I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, frankly. So I'm not worried. I'm not worried one bit. Jay, thank you for the super chat. PPR, Godwin or Dobbs on Monday with Watson out. I would go with Dobbs over Godwin. I would go with Dobbs over Godwin. I would go with Dobbs over Godwin 100% because, again, Watson's out. Godwin has been shit. Dobbs has been good. So we're going with Dobbs. We are going with Dobbs. Oh, wait. How fucked up is the weather in the NFL weather in the one game? Let me just check real quick because I'm trying to make my kicker decision. Ravens. Yeah. Slight chance of a thunderstorm, and then Jaguars. Yeah, game's a little windy too, but I think Tucker will be fine. So yeah, I'm going Dobbs over Godwin. Twisted Folk, thank you for the super chat again. I appreciate you stopping by again. Gibbs or Collins, thank you for your advice. It's gonna rain in the Jets game, but it doesn't project to have a lot of wind, so I'm gonna go Collins over Gibbs. I'm gonna go Collins over Gibbs there. I think again you might be getting a little cute if you sit Collins in a lot of scenarios for Gibbs. So definitely gonna go Collins there. Definitely. Nick, great to see you, Brody. Hope you're blessed. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hope you guys are all having a great day today. We're all eating good. We're all eating good. We eating good. I'm a fat man. All right. Let's go with next question here. Should I drop Zach Charbonnet rest of season? Yeah. Puka, Garrett Wilson, Nico, Noah Brown, Flowers. I would go with Puka and Garrett Wilson. All right. Puka and Garrett Wilson. Where's the music? You guys want to listen to music? You guys want some music? Let's go with some dance music. I wonder what this even sounds like. It was actually some lo-fi music in the background for you guys, because I know everyone loves some fucking music. Let's listen to some music at the end. What did I ask Santa for? I asked Santa for a Dolphins Super Bowl, and he fucking smacked me in the face. I went to go sit on his lap, and he fucking socked me in the back of the head. Asshole Santa Claus. Cocksucker. DK, Debo, or Pollard? Debo. Nope, Pollard. Nope, Debo. Swift or Sutton? Sutton. Who should I start? Need one receiver. This music is too loud. I don't know if you guys can even hear me correctly, so I'm trying to fucking volume down. It's so loud in my ear. I don't know what it sounds like for you guys. We're gonna go with like 3 volume, so you can kind of hear it. No, that's too low. Go with 9. All right. Gabe Davis, Gus Edwards, Donta Foreman. Always a fan of gay kicking. Jesus Christ. I get what you're saying, though. You're a fan of Gay the kicker, you know? I get what you're saying here. I don't know why the fuck I clicked on that. For real, Toledo, Smith, Collins, or Sutton? I'm going Collins. The weather doesn't project to be as fucked up as I thought it would. I'm going Nico Collins. Nico, Cousin, let's go bowling Collins over Sutton and Smith. Lawrence or Henry and Superflex? Lawrence, Cario Santos or Sanders? I'd go Santos, but it is a coin flip between them, I think. Gibbs or Mixon? Mixon. Goff or Stroud? Goff. T-Law or Baker? T-Law. No, I'd go Baker. Thoughts on gay kicking? I'm trying right now. What's the weather looking like in that game? The weather looks fine, I think. T-Law or Baker? Baker. Best Christmas movie? I like Bad Santa #1. Picked up Evan Jordan to fill in for great value. Yeah, I am stuck playing a shitty tight end this week as well. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Yeah, I guess so. Reed, Thielen, or Flowers? Let's go. Reed, Thielen, or Flowers? Let's go Reed and Flowers. Get fucking banned, NFL game streaming here. More upside, Reed or Flowers? Flowers. Lawrence or Henry? Lawrence. Lockett or Higgins? Lockett. All right, we have made it to lock. We have made it to kickoff. Make sure you guys hit that like button on the way out. Got the fucking bots. Get banned, buddy. Didn't they make did you watch what was it called? It was so funny. Silent Night, right? Is that what the movie was called? Fuck. Maybe I'll come back to it next week and tell you what the movie was called. It was some movie about how they were robbing a house on Christmas. And it wasn't and Santa like saves the day. Violent Night. That was a good movie. That was a good movie. I watched that one. That shit was funny as hell. Now, is it like actually a good movie? No. But it was funny. Oh shit, I'm popping them off twice in one stream. Bang bang. Krampus is also a movie. But yeah, I was thinking Violent Night. Good luck. Yeah, good luck to everyone. I'm going to head off here. I'll see you guys later. I do appreciate the support on every single stream. We set the record for the most amount of super chats ever today. Ever, with 58. So I appreciate that. Good luck to everyone. Thank you to everyone who super chatted. Thank you to everyone who liked the stream. I really appreciate you. It means a lot. Love you guys. Have a day. Adios, mis amigos. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. What's up, Ben? I hope so. Maserati Mav in Arizona. That'd be sick. That'd be sick. Have a good one, Ben. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck to everyone. Have a good one. Thank you, guys. Adios. Adios. Leave a like on the stream on the way out. Goodbye.